Gonna talk. Oh, you guys, we're good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mustang Ballpark. The 2019 district slate is here, and the Molina Jaguars come a calling on the Mustangs here at Mustang Ballpark. My name is John Brewer, here on behalf of FridayNightGlory.com. We have owner Randy Edwards. Friday Night Glory here tonight, and he will double as my engineer producer. Thank goodness baseball is back to the internet. The Mustangs have been at it for about a month and have compiled a 10-4-1 record. In fact, more wins than anyone else in A.
Ladies and gentlemen, we play a little baseball trivia between innings for both teams fans to participate in. More on that to follow.
A lot of new faces and coaches trying to find the sweet spot, but the Mustangs have won 8 of their last 11 outings, one of those being a tie. So the Mustangs have just felt the sting of defeat twice in the last 11 ball games. The winds of change have swept over the 46-acre campus here.
Leading off for the Molina Jaguars at the top of the first, the shortstop, number 6, Daniel Zamaripa.
Brumfield. He is a familiar face around here. He has been the first base coach for the past few years. He now takes over the head coaching job. And it'll be Joris Schuler on the mound for the Mustangs, the big righty. He misses just outside. We are underway here at Mustang Ballpark. The Mustangs in the red tops with the red caps and the white pants, and the Jaguars with the black tops, white pants with the black stripe.
I got on YouTube.
The 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner, 1-1. It is Daniel Zampara leading it off for Molina. And a sharp ground ball out to Vinzant at second. Scoops it up, throws it over, and the first out is in the books for the Mustangs. A 4-3 put out. And that'll bring up
Now batting for the
Christian
Jaguars,
Sanchez.
Christian Sanchez.
Evil man left field for the Jaguars tonight. It is sophomore Joris Schuler on the mound. He has started 3 games. He is 3-0 with an ERA under 1, so a fantastic start for him. And he starts Sanchez out with a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Breezy and cool tonight at the ballpark. Field is in fantastic shape. Schuler deals 0-1. It is fouled back to the net. Beyond the left field wall, there is a change. You'll see the new indoor facility, part of the $437 million bond package that was approved in 2016. Lots of money being dealt out to improve the facilities in the Richardson Independent School District. Now a chopper to Burlbot first. He promptly steps on the bag, and they're quickly 2 away. So Schuler, the sophomore, has given up just 1 earned run in 19 2/3 innings pitched. Very pleasant surprise for the Mustangs. At times during the scrimmages, it looked as though the Mustangs might be a little shy on pitching, but some of the young talent has come to the forefront, and Joris leading the way, and he deals fastball down the middle for strike 1 to Daniel Flores. 0-1 pitch misses low and away, 1-1. Gavin Gold, the senior, at the hot corner tonight for Coach Rumfield. Wyatt Erickson, the veteran, at shortstop. Preston Vinzant, also a senior, at second base. And now a chopper out to Vinzant. Scoops it, throws, and the Mustangs get out of the inning quickly. 1-2-3. No score after a half inning. We'll be back with the home half in just a moment. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the first. It'll be senior third baseman Gavin Gold leading it off for the Mustangs. The visitors from Molina are led by head coach Henry Smith. He's in his 10th year as the head coach. 111 career wins for him. The Jaguars are 3 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie coming into this one. Last year in the 5A ranks, they were 16-10 overall, 7-4 in district. They lost in the first round of the playoffs, and now they make the big jump to 6A. They hail from the Dallas Independent School District, and Molina opened its doors in 1997 and is named for the longtime DISD administrator and musician Moises E. Molina, known by his friends as Mo. So it'll be Gavin Gold leading it off for the Mustangs, and Gold, the senior, squares the bunt and then pulls the bat back, and the ball makes it to the backstop. It's a ball, 1-0. Gavin is tied with Ben Kessler for the most plate appearances so far this year, so obviously a fixture in Coach Rumfield's lineup. In fact, Kessler, Erickson, and Gold are the only Mustangs with over 50 plate appearances. And Gold takes ball 2. It'll be 4 seniors, 4 sophomores, and 2 juniors in the lineup for the Mustangs tonight, as we do have a designated hitter. And now Gold squares and pulls the bat back, and this one is right down Broadway for a strike. 2-1 to Gold. Just underway here at Mustang Ballpark. Breezy tonight, blowing from right to left. And Flores hits the outside corner. It's 2-2. And a big swing and a miss from Gold. He is retired. 1 down for the Mustangs, and that'll bring up senior Wyatt Erickson. So defensively for the Mustangs tonight, it's an all-senior infield in terms of third baseman, shortstop, second baseman, first baseman. And there are no other seniors on the field tonight for Coach Rumfield. The rest are sophomores and juniors. And Erickson watches a fastball outside for ball 1. Comfortable temperatures here in late winter. The breeze makes it a little chilly, and Erickson looks at another ball outside. As I mentioned, the field is in fantastic shape. The green is brilliant tonight under the lights here. And now Flores is high with ball 3. So Erickson has worked a 3-0 count here. We'll see if Coach Rumfield has Erickson swinging away or whether he'll take. And he squares the bunt and then pulls it away, and Flores misses high. So the Mustangs have the first base runner of the evening as Erickson walks. And that'll bring up junior Ben Kessler. Again, Kessler with also over 50 plate appearances and off to a really good start offensively for the Mustangs, and he swings at the first pitch, and it's a pop-up on the infield, and second baseman scoots in about 15 feet in front of the bag at second and makes the play. So 2 down for the Mustangs, and that'll bring up
Senior Nicholas Burlbaugh, who gets the nod tonight at first base for the Mustangs. And now a throw over, but Erickson is back in on his tummy. Junior catcher Bo Rogers in the on-deck circle. Just underway. Man on first, 2 outs. And Flores is high with a fastball. Pitch also high, and Flores suddenly having trouble finding the strike zone, and Mustangs are being patient at the plate. 2 outs, man on first. 2-0 pitch to Burlbaugh, and it is a curveball that catches the inside corner. 2-1. 2-1 delivery is lined foul over the Jaguar dugout, 2-2. It is spring break in the Richardson Independent School District, so a rather tame student section tonight for the district opener. And this ball is flown into the gap in right center. And a nice running catch by the Jaguar right fielder to end the inning. Burlbaugh put a charge into that one, but a nice running catch. So nothing doing for the Mustangs in the bottom of the first. They get a runner aboard on the Erickson walk, but no runs. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Emilio Martinez, the Jaguar catcher, will lead it off here in the top of the second. No pain. 0-0. Big sophomore Joris Schuler on the mound for the Mustangs. Off to a great start, and he deals strike one. Took him just 9 pitches to dispatch the Jaguars in the first inning. Fastball misses low and away. 1-1. 1-1 pitch is down, 2-1. One pitch to Martinez, hits the outside corner, evens the count at 2. Again, all senior infield with Gold at third, Erickson at short, Vinzant at second, and Burlbaugh at first. It's sophomore to junior on the battery, and a curveball misses outside. That fills the count. Junior Bo Rogers wears the catcher's gear tonight. He is a returning starter. And now Schuler is down, and Emilio Martinez has drawn a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Fabian Lopez. School colors of Molina are black and teal. Not a lot of teal in the Jaguars uniforms tonight, although Lopez does have a couple of teal sweatbands on to fly the colors. And now Schuler checks on Martinez at first, but he's back in safely. Wind has died down a little bit here as we play in the top of the second. Schuler working out of the stretch now, peers over and delivers fastball up and in. 1-0. Pitch to Lopez is chopped just foul, about halfway up the first baseline. It evens the count at 1. Jagger Shattle, Richardson Eagle baseball player in the crowd tonight, checking on his rival Mustangs. The Eagles started the season with a 5-2 victory at W.T. White. W.T. White went into that game 9-3 or 9-4, and the Eagles were the reverse at 3-9, but the Eagles chopped the Longhorns down at W.T. White earlier today, and they're off to a 1-0 start. The Mustangs will see the Eagles next week, the Tuesday game at Richardson, and then back here a week from Friday. And now a ground ball through the right side as Preston Vinzant had to shade over to the bag, and slow roller through the right side. Seeing-eyed single, and the Jaguars have runners at first and second with nobody out. Here in the top of the second. And that brings up Jaguar right fielder Joseph Ayala with a couple of ducks on the pond here, and Schuler is high and wide with ball 1. And now Henry Smith wants a word with Ayala, talking about whether they want to consider a bunt here or what. Ayala is a lefty, and Elijah Bonner is in the on-deck circle for the Jaguars. Erickson keeping the runner close at second, and now a bunt down the third baseline, and it's just foul. Gavin Gold did a nice job there being patient and letting that ball go foul. Not sure he could have done much with that ball had he fielded it, as Ayala was well up the line on his way to first, and Emilio Martinez was halfway to 2/3 of the way to third. So fortunate for the Mustangs, it dribbles foul and it's 1-1. And now he squares the bunt again, and this one's a good one. Schuler off the mound to cover it and looked to throw to third, but Gold was also in pursuit of the bunt, and so there was no one home. So a well-executed bunt by the Jaguars, and the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the top of the second. That'll go as a hit.
Now back to the Jaguars center fielder,
So the Jaguars certainly not hitting the ball hard, but they have loaded the bases here with nobody out here in the top of the second. And Schuler misses high with a fastball to Bonner. Pitch is down, 2-0. Boy, it has been smooth sailing for Joris Schuler so far this year on the mound. And he is in some hot water here in the top of the second. And he is way outside with ball 3. So 3-0, nowhere to put Bonner. Ruben Acheta is in the on-deck circle for Molina. Mustangs in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the second. Schuler deals 3-0, takes a little off and hits the outside corner. Count is 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is sharply grounded into the protective net in front of the Jaguar dugout. No harm done, that's why you have the net. And the count is full at 3-2. Again, bases loaded here in the top of the second, nobody out. And Schuler with an off-speed strike on the outside corner. He caught Bonner looking. What a big out for him. And boy, the big sophomore shows some composure there, down in the count 3-0 with the bases loaded. He comes back with 3 consecutive strikes, and the Mustangs have a chance to get out of the inning. So Ruben Acheta up to bat now. He hits in the 8-hole, and he swings and chops one foul behind the plate. And Schuler has found the strike zone again. He was starting to struggle a little bit, but he seems to have righted the ship, and see if he can get all the way out of this jam. 0-1 pitch. Just misses the outside corner. 1-1. Ben Kessler in left, Burke Wahlberg in center, and Hunter Greenwell in right field. So no seniors in the outfield tonight. And the pitch is lifted foul down the right field line. And Schuler, who has done a fantastic job of throwing strikes all season, is starting to pound the strike zone again. Again, just 1 earned run for Schuler in the first 20 1/3 innings. And that is at risk here. 1-2 pitch to Acheta coming up, and it's a curveball swung on and missed. What a pitch by Schuler. It's just not that often that you see a sophomore with that kind of composure. Bases loaded, 3-0 count. And Schuler reaches down and responds with back-to-back strikeouts. And now the 9-hole hitter, Matthew Leyva. And Schuler misses high with ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 down here in the early go, top 2. Schuler deals, and he's way outside on that one, 2-0. Infield at the regular depth, outfielders are straight away. And a big swing and a miss. 2-1. Two-one pitch, swung on and missed. And Schuler's within 1 strike of getting out of a major jam here in the second inning. Two-two delivery, swung on and missed. A slow curveball. And Leyva swings and misses, so back-to-back-to-back strikeouts by the big sophomore, Joris Schuler, to get out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the second, no score. Welcome back. We head bottom 2. Mustangs get out of a major jam in the top of the inning, and it'll be junior catcher Bo Rogers leading it off for the Mustangs. And he takes the ball way outside. The 1-0 pitch also outside, 2-0. The Rogers name is quite familiar in these parts. I think this is about 8 or 9 consecutive years that a Rogers boy has been on the J.J. Pearce baseball varsity, and now Rogers takes a strike. This is the tallest of the bunch, I believe, and he has a rocket arm. Good-looking youngster. He takes a curveball strike to even the count at 2-2. Rogers off to a really good start at the plate this year, and he chops one in between third and short. Jaguars can't come up with it. I would say that is an infield hit. Longtime PA announcer Woody Berry here at J.J. Pearce beat me to the punch on that one. Really no play for the third baseman or the shortstop there, even had they fielded it, especially the shortstop would not have had a play, as Rogers can run a little bit, and he was up the line, and well-earned infield hit for Bo Rogers. So leadoff base runner, and that'll bring up the sophomore lefty Burke Wahlberg. Wahlberg takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Mustang center fielder Sutton Stokes had an unfortunate injury here a week ago. And the coaches brought Burke Wahlberg up, and all he did was promptly go 5 for 5 with a walk in his first 2 ball games. And hasn't looked back. He's among the leaders here for the Mustangs in hitting. He bats here with a runner on and nobody out. And the home plate umpire rings him up for strike 2. So 0-2. Rogers with a modest lead at first base. And the 0-2 pitch is chopped foul down the third base line. Burke Wahlberg, a multi-sport player here at J.J. Pearce. He'll figure into the quarterback competition this fall. A fine athlete. And now Bo Rogers is just under the tag on a check at first base by the pitcher Daniel Flores. Still 0-2. And Wahlberg slices one foul that caroms off the crow's nest where Woody Berry plies his trade. A nice job by Burke staying alive here. He'll live to see a 5th pitch. Count is still 0-2. Still looking for our first run here in the district opener, 8-6A. And an 0-2 curveball stays outside. So a 1-2 count to Wahlberg. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom 2. And now they have Bo Rogers hung up in between first and second. Throw down to the second baseman. He applies the tag, and actually that was not Bo Rogers. That was a pinch runner. I believe it was Zach Brickert. And he is caught on a rundown and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Wahlberg continuing to hang tough. We'll see his 6th pitch in this at-bat. And a fastball that misses either up or inside. Couldn't quite tell from here, but evens the count at 2-2. Flores just caught Brickert flat-footed there at first base. A little too far off the bag. And now a strike on the outside corner, and Wahlberg is retired. So 2 outs now, and it'll be Jet Arrington in the designated hitter role tonight for pitcher Joris Schuler. He swings at the first offering and misses, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball that stays inside, and Arrington ducks just under it to even the count at 1. Arrington is off to a really fast start at the plate. He's a sophomore. And now another off-speed pitch misses inside. It's 2-1. Arrington got a little time in last year as a freshman. He was brought up. Mustangs had a few suspensions and called on the young freshman to play second base on a Saturday afternoon in kind of a must-win game. And now Arrington takes a fastball strike on the outside corner, 2-2. And Arrington responded brilliantly with several plays made in the field. I believe he had a double in the right center field alley. And now he offers a check swing, but he is rung up by the home plate umpire. So the Mustangs, in a non-traditional fashion, are down 1-2-3. No score here at Mustang Ballpark. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the third inning in just a moment. Welcome back. We head to the third inning. Daniel Zemaripa will lead it off. He's the leadoff hitter. He comes to the plate here to lead off the top of the third. And Schuler misses with an off-speed pitch, 1-0. Schuler now 21 innings pitched on the season with just one earned run. 3 runs overall, just 1 earned. So he is operating at an ERA well below 1. And here's a high fly ball to center field. And Wahlberg drifts over into the gap in left center and hauls it in. And there's quickly 1 down here in the third. And that'll bring up Christian Sanchez for Molina.
With 1 down, that brings to the plate Jaguars left fielder Christian Sanchez.
Molina High School is located on Duncanville Road in the Oak Cliff section of Dallas. Opened its doors in 1997. Now a lazy liner up the middle. Erickson cuts it off, throws over to Burlbaum. They got him. What a play by the seniors. Erickson made a fine play just to get to the ball. Threw just a bit low, and Burlbaum dug it out. And there are quickly 2 outs. Wyatt Erickson off to a fantastic senior campaign, both at the plate and in the field. He was plagued by injuries last year. And now a line drive over to Erickson, just over the outstretched glove and into left center. And Daniel Flores, tonight's pitcher for the Jaguars, on the board. Single. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Emilio Martinez. Will pinch run for Flores. So the catcher Emilio Martinez comes up trying to keep the half inning alive for Molina. Schuler throws over to Burlbaum, but runner is back in safely. Again, the Mustangs lead all 8-6A constituents with 10 victories so far this season. Now a off-speed pitch that catches the outside corner. It is 0-1 to Martinez. Duncanville and W.T. White both came into today with 9 victories. And W.T. White, as I said, was upset in their opener. Now a high fly ball out to Greenwell in right. He circles around it, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Jaguars here in the 3rd inning. Zip, zip. We head to the bottom of the 3rd in just a moment. Welcome back to Mustang Ballpark. John Brewer along with Mason Trevino and Randy Edwards of FridayNightGlory.com. Take the time to look through the site. Fantastic high school sports information on the site. Spread the word. Bringing you some 8-6A action tonight in North Dallas. And it's senior Preston Vincent leading it off for the Mustangs, and he looks at a fastball outside. 1-0. Vincent hitting over 300 on the season, tied for 2nd in runs scored for the Mustangs so far with 10. He takes ball 2 and is tied for 4th on the team in walks with 6. So Vincent doing the job so far this year at the plate, and he looks at 2-0 here, and it is way outside. And Vincent peeks down at Coach Rumfield at 3rd base coaching box, and I think there's a chance that he'll be taking here. And he is, and a fastball catches the inside corner. Nobody can knock the dirt off their cleats like Preston Vincent when he steps up to the plate. And he chops one foul now, making the count full. And you can hear Vincent knocking that dirt off his spikes. Dirt does not have a chance on the spikes of senior second baseman Preston Vincent. So with clean spikes, he looks at a full count, and it is a grounder through the left side and into left field. Vincent with a leadoff single. And he continues to do great things for the Mustangs at the plate. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Hunter Greenwell. Molina so far with the only serious threat to score. The Mustangs looking to do the same here, and Greenwell takes a fastball strike. 0-1. Top of the order, Gavin Gold in the on-deck circle. Wind starting to pick up again here, and now Greenwell squares to bunt, and the ball skips in, almost hits him. Don't know how it avoided hitting him, to be honest, but it did. It's 1-1. We mentioned the Mustangs have a new skipper. Head coach Brock Rumfield in his first year. He's been the first base coach for a few years, but now he takes over a Mustang program that has been into the second round of the playoffs 2 years in a row. And he is off to a fantastic start. Now a fastball swing and a miss by Greenwell. And that'll do it for him. So 1 out in the books. I had the count incorrect. I apologize. This is also my debut on the announcing this year, and I'm going to make some mistakes, and I did there. So 1 out, 1 on, and that brings up Gavin Gold. Fastball hits the outside corner for strike 1. Coach Rumfield, a very accomplished baseball man. He was the 1994 4A Player of the Year in the state of Texas. Led his team to a state championship victory, and now Flores falls off the mound and throws a ball into the dirt about halfway to the plate. Good thing he wasn't injured there. That'll even the count at 1. Anyway, Coach Rumfield led his Belton Tigers to a state championship in 1994, 35-6 record. He put up huge numbers, not only the 4A Player of the Year, but also the Central Texas Player of the Year, as voted on by the Austin American Statesman. And if that's not enough, he was one heck of a quarterback. He led all 4A and 5A quarterbacks in passing yards as a senior at Belton, led his team into the area round of the playoffs where they succumbed to the Westlake Chaparrals. But Coach Rumfield, 19 touchdown passes on the year, and as I said, out-hurled every 4A and 5A quarterback that year with 2,770 yards passing. So a very accomplished sportsman. 1-1 pitch to Gold is behind him. Luckily, Gavin dropped the bat just in time. And Coach Rumfield coaching in his district debut, and with a heavy heart, as he lost his father 2 days ago unexpectedly. Now a fastball outside evens the count at 2. So the Mustang family mourns the loss of Shelby Rumfield, and I know the Rumfield family is here, and nothing soothes the soul like a good game of round ball for the Rumfields. So the healing starts tonight. And now a chopper to the third baseman, who throws across the diamond high. The first baseman is able to apply the tag to Gold, who looks over at the umpire to say, "What the heck? He didn't touch me." And that's not an argument you're going to win, typically speaking, and Coach Rumfield is out to talk to the field umpire. At any rate, Vincent will advance to second base, and Gold remains at first base as the field umpire and the home plate umpire confer, with Coach Rumfield standing 25 feet away, watching intently to see if his point lands home. And now they call him safe. So a rare occurrence, and now Henry Smith will come out of the Jaguar dugout. requesting a conference with the field umpire. And so it'll be E5 as Fabian Lopez's throw was up the line, and first baseman Achata tried to apply the tag, but now the field umpire says he missed him, and Gavin Gold said all along, he did miss me. So he stood on first base until they eventually called him safe. So Henry Smith takes a slow walk back to the Jaguar dugout, shaking his head, but the net of it is that the Mustangs have runners on first and second here in the bottom of the third with one out, and Wyatt Erickson comes to the plate for the Mustangs. And Erickson, as I mentioned earlier, having a heck of a year. He leads the Mustangs in RBI coming into this game with 11. And he's a staple in Coach Rumfield's lineup, 51 plate appearances, and leads the team in extra base hits as well with 6 doubles. So he's got some power, and he takes a strike here, 0-1. You got 2 runners aboard, and you're Molina's pitcher. You don't want to see this cat at the plate. And he falls away from a fastball inside, and count is 1-1. Erickson, also a very familiar name in these parts. His older brother Garrett Erickson did some great things for the Mustangs, a 4-year starter. And Erickson fouls one back to the net, 1-2. So the Erickson name, the Rogers name, the Arrington name, baseball royalty in these parts. And Erickson with an opportunity to put the Mustangs in front here. 1-2 count to him. Runners on first and second. One out. Line drive into the gap in left center. And Erickson will add to his RBI total as Preston Van Zandt comes around to score the game's first run, and the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead. Gavin Gold will make his way to third base, and Erickson is in the single and took second on the throw, I believe. It may have been a double. We'll have to check on that, but long and short of it is that Erickson's at second base, and Gold is at third, and now it's 3-hole hitter Ben Kessler. And he looks at a fastball outside from Flores. Kessler among the offensive leaders for the Mustangs as well. The junior transferred over from Trinity Christian Academy a little over a year ago, and the Mustangs are more than thrilled to have him. He's an impact player in football and baseball. And he lines one into the gap in left center. That's going to be maybe to the wall. It does make it to the wall, and that'll be 2 RBI for him. Kessler is in with a stand-up double, and the Mustangs lead it 3-0. So back-to-back solid hits off the bats of Wyatt Erickson and Ben Kessler. And just like that, the Mustangs take a 3-0 lead. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Molina. 3 runs now on 4 hits and no errors for the Mustangs. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, senior Nicholas Burlbaugh, the first baseman. He looks at a curveball that stays inside, 1-0. Tough to keep these Mustang bats down for long. They have really been hitting the ball here over the past couple of weeks, and it took them a little while to get going tonight, but they are going. And now Burlbaugh takes another ball, 2-0. I'll tell you one thing that just jumps out at you about Ben Kessler. He has a stocky build, but boy, he can run. I mean, he is super, super fast, cat quick. And he'll either figure into the running back conversation or inside receiver conversation for Coach David Collins this fall. He's got fantastic feet. And now a chopper down the line at third that's just foul. And that will even the count at 2 for Burlbaugh. Burlbaugh with a nice stroke in the first inning, hit a line drive into the gap in right center. But the right fielder for Molina made a nice running catch to end the inning. He now has another shot. With a 2-2 count here, 3-0 Mustangs, bottom third. And now Burlbaugh asks for time as Flores is in his motion. Other scores in the district, a surprising start to the Skyline Lake Highlands game as the Raiders lead Lake Highlands 4-0. Lake Highlands off to a good start this season. And now a ball is back to the net, and that'll allow Kessler to advance on the wild pitch. It fills the count to Burlbaugh. Other scores, Duncanville leads Bertner 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth. And of course, as reported, W.T. White succumbs to the Richardson Eagles 5-2 earlier today. Mustangs looking to start out 1-0 here. They have jumped on the Jaguars here in the third. And now Burlbaugh thinks about offering but pulls back and draws a walk. And now runners at the corners for junior Bo Rogers. Bo Rogers tied for second on the team in extra base hits with 3 doubles. And an on-base percentage of .444. So Bo with a good start. He swings and misses here at a fastball, and it's 0-1. Now Flores tries Burlbaugh at first, but he's back in safely. And now Flores throws over to third, but Kessler is on to him. Still 0-1 count. 3 runs already across the plate for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the third. They lead it 3-0 here in the district opener for both teams. Oh, 1 count inside, almost caught the jersey of Rogers. 1-1. Bo also is third on the team in walks with 7 so far this season, so he's got a discerning eye. He hits one deep to left. Left fielder is back, and the ball is, it appears to be under the fence, which would be a ground rule double. Tough to see from our vantage point, but Rogers put a charge into that ball, into the gap in left center. The left fielder was in a good position to make the play, except that the ball was hit so hard that it got over his head and apparently short-hopped under the fence. And so it's a ground rule double for Bo Rogers. Mustangs knocking the tar out of the ball here in the bottom of the third. That'll move Burlbaugh over to third, and it'll bring Ben Kessler home, and the Mustangs now lead it 4-0. That'll bring up the sophomore Burke Wahlberg. And Wahlberg, as I mentioned, just putting up crazy numbers so far. Again, he wasn't with the varsity to start the season, but Sutton Stokes' injury provided an opportunity for the young sophomore, and boy, he jumped all over it. He came into this game batting .727. That is 8 for 11 with a slugging percentage of .909. So incredible start for Wahlberg. He did strike out looking in his first plate appearance, and now he lines one into the dugout of the Pearce Mustangs. It sends his buddies scurrying. So Mustangs already the owners of a 4-0 lead, a chance to break it wide open here for Wahlberg, and a Flores curveball misses outside. 1-1 to Wahlberg. Still just one down. Runners at second and third. And now a fastball is wide. It gets by the catcher, but a nice bounce back to Martinez, and no chance to advance for the runner at third. And it is now 2-1. Hitters count to Wahlberg. That is Burlbaugh down at third base. Just no chance for him to advance, as the Jaguars received a fortunate hop there, right back to the catcher. Two-one delivery is chopped foul. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is lifted foul behind home plate. Count remains 2-2. Again, spring break in these parts, so a normally raucous student section is not here. A few students here and there, but nothing like the norm. And now Flores misses inside, and it's a full count to Wahlberg. Boy, Wahlberg just has really good presence for a sophomore. He will see his 7th pitch in this at-bat. And again, came into the game hitting over 700. And now a fastball fouled back to the net again. Pitcher Flores was a first-team All-District performer last year for Molina in the 5A ranks. Wahlberg working him here, and he draws the walk. A veteran type of at-bat there by the sophomore as he draws the 8-pitch walk. Flores has to be tiring out there on the mound. Now the bases are loaded for Jet Arrington, and the Mustangs have batted around here in the 3rd inning. A curveball is right down Broadway for strike 1. Arrington struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Now with an opportunity here, swings and misses at a high fastball. It is 0-2. The wind again picking up out here at Mustang Ballpark. And a fastball is way outside. 1-2. Jet Arrington is 2nd on the team in on-base percentage at .611. He Flores' 2-2 delivery is a curveball that stays inside, and that runs the count full. So a pair of sophomores really working this senior pitcher, Flores for Molina. And the payoff pitch is high, and Jed Arrington with an RBI walk. Nicholas Burlebaugh comes across the dish to run the Mustangs' advantage out to 5-0. So the bases will stay loaded, and that will bring up Preston Vincent for the second time in the inning. Vincent got it all started with a base hit to left field. And still just one out, as the Mustangs have 3 on and 5 across, and just 1 out. So the 10th batter of the inning comes to the plate in the person of Preston Vincent. And Flores laboring a little now, throws it past the catcher. Here comes the pinch runner, Zach Brickard, in with a hard slide to score the 6th run of the evening. So the Mustangs out to a convincing 6-0 lead after a slow start. Brickard scoring on the wild pitch by Flores. So 1-0 count to Vincent. And now the pitcher throws over to third and almost got the Mustang runner, which is Burke Wahlberg, but he was just back in safely. And now a fly ball back behind the first base dugout of Molina. That'll even the count at 1. This is a game that the Mustangs figured to win. No one certainly wants to talk about that. You don't want to be overconfident coming into a ball game, but this is now a strike from Flores. This is certainly a series that the Mustangs expect to sweep. And a little shaky in the early go, but the Mustangs have taken control here in the 3rd inning. They lead it 6-0, and now a fastball way outside. Again, Preston Vincent has shown a sharp eye at the plate here in the young season. He's drawn several walks. He's hit the ball well, too. So, and now he swings and misses. Ball's in the dirt. The catcher Martinez throws high, but the first baseman is able to climb the ladder and get it. So Vincent is retired on a 2-3 throw there, but Burke Wahlberg comes in to score, and the Mustangs' lead is increased to 7-0. Jed Arrington advancing to third. No, actually he did not. Jed Arrington still at second base. My apologies. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Hunter Greenwell, sophomore lefty. And Flores misses with a fastball outside. Well, what was a close game 20 minutes ago has become a 7-0 Mustang advantage here. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed by Greenwell. Nice pitch by Flores, staying off the outside edge. It's 1-1. 1-1 pitch is a fastball, fouled back to the net. 1-2. Delivery is a fastball high. Evens the count at 2. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded just foul down the third baseline. Jed Arrington was on the go on that pitch, but he'll have to retreat to second base, as Greenwell's chopper was just foul down the third baseline. Deuces remain wild, 2-2 count, 2 outs, and fastball misses high, full count. I do not have a pitch count on Flores, but he is way up there in this inning. I can tell you that. I'm guessing somewhere around 35 or 40 pitches. And laboring away, and now a chopper down the first baseline that will stay fair. And Achata steps on the bag, and a long third inning for the Jaguars comes to a merciful end, but the Mustangs post 7 runs and lead it 7-0. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with the 4th inning in just a moment. Welcome back. We head to the 4th inning, and Joris Schuler, after a long break, delivers a strike on the first pitch. And it is the third baseman, Fabian Lopez, leading it off for the Jaguars. Jaguars have some catching up to do. 7-0 Mustangs as we play here in the top of the 4th. Schuler delivers and a 1-hopper to Gold at third. High throw over the head of Burlbaugh at first. And the runner will advance. Lopez will advance. So an E5 on the throw. And it'll be a runner at second base with no outs. Shout out to Tom Landry, who is listening tonight. Not the one you're thinking of course, but our beloved Tom Landry. Tom, I would tell you that I'll see you at Gecko after the game, but it's just Tuesday night, so let's table that. Maybe do that on Friday. 0-1 count to Joseph Ayala, the Jaguar right fielder. Now he lines one into the gap in right center. It's down in front of Wahlberg. And Lopez had to hang up just a little bit there at second. Wasn't sure if that ball was going to drop, but Ayala dropped one in right center, and the Jaguars now threatening with runners at the corners and nobody out here in the 4th. as you may have heard longtime PA announcer Woody Berry say in the background, it is now Elijah Bonner, the center fielder for Molina. He'll have an opportunity here. And now the runner goes, and a line shot into left, and that'll bring home a run. Ayala was already halfway down to second, but a very sharp single by Elijah Bonner, an RBI single at that. And Fabian Lopez trots home with the Jaguars' first run. So there will be no shutout tonight. First and second was still nobody out. And a ground ball through the right side for Achata. And the runner will hold in one heck of a throw from Hunter Greenwell and right. And that'll keep Joseph Ayala at third base. But the Jaguars come roaring back here in the top of the fourth. Bases loaded with nobody out and already one across. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Matthew Leyva. And a fastball fouled back to the net. 0-1. So the Jaguar bats come alive here early in the top of the fourth. They've got some making up to do, though. Still trail at 7-1 here in the 8-6A district opener. Slow curveball swung on and missed for strike two. That was a fantastic curveball there by Schuler. 0-2 delivery. Stays up. 1-2. Got to be tough on the young sophomore to sit there and on the bench for 20 or 30 minutes while the Mustang bats were ringing, and came out here a little cold. Here, and the Jaguars jumped all over him, but he's fighting back now. Misses just outside with a pitch. It's now 2-2. And now a sharp ground ball through the left side. And Kessler comes up with it. And so each runner will advance one base and another RBI for Molina. And it's back to the top of the order in Daniel Zamapara. And now Coach Rumfield will make a mound visit. Mustangs with a fantastic game presentation. Woody Berry does an incredible job here. If you've ever been to Mustang Ballpark, you feel like you're at a major league park. He just does a fantastic job. Mustangs thought they were going to lose his services, but good thing for the entire community. They were able to talk him back into the fold, and he is plying his trade admirably, as he always does. So the Jaguars put in a pinch runner. And now Daniel Zamaripa, the leadoff hitter, will come to the plate. Still nobody out here in the fourth, and a slow, would look to be a changeup there. Finds the mark, and it's 0-1. Pitch misses outside. 1-1. Schuler has already worked out of a jam once this evening as the first three batters reached base in the second, and he responded with 3 consecutive strikeouts. Now a fly ball to left. Kessler retreating toward the wall. It's going to be over his head and off the wall. And it'll turn into a long single. Now a throw to third. from Erickson to Gold, and they get the runner trying to head back to third base. So a big first out for the Mustangs there. Well, it was a long, long single there for Zimmerippa. Got over Ben Kessler's head. The ball is kind of taking off out to left. The wind is swirling, and it got over Kessler's head. He did everything he could do to get out there, but the ball got over his head and off the wall, and at least the Mustangs were able to get the runner out trying to get back to third base. And so now just runners on first and second. And a foul ball by Christian Sanchez. So it'll be 7-6-5 to get the runner out, trying to get back to third base. And now a fly ball to right center, and Greenwell drifts over into the gap, makes the catch, and shallow center now drops the ball, but the umpire immediately signals that the out was made. He held the ball long enough to record the out. The runner on second advances to third. So the second out of the inning is in the books as Greenwell corrals the ball. Greenwell just lost control of it as he was trying to pull the ball back out of the glove to throw the ball to third base. And the field umpire made a nice call there. It was definitely an out. And Greenwell's eventual throw was just late. And Jaguars have runners at the corner still. Pitcher Daniel Flores up to bat, and he flies one foul down the right field line. So the Jaguars have responded and closed the 7-run gap to 4 by posting a 3 spot here in the top of the 4th, 7-3. 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error. I do not believe that is correct. Do they have 8 hits? They might. 3-8-1 for Molina. 7-5-1 for the Mustangs. And now Rogers asks for time and jogs out to visit with Schuler. They are now on the same page, and Rogers makes his way back behind the dish. Schuler laboring through a tough 4th inning here. And a pitch out, but nothing doing. Runner stays put at first, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery by Schuler's a slow curveball swung on and fouled. Boy, he really twisted Flores around there. Ball may have even caromed off of Flores' hand, but he definitely swung at that ball. Almost screwed himself into the ground trying to hit that one, and it's a foul ball, 1-2. 2 outs here, runners at the corners. Jaguars have battled back to 7-3 here in the 8-6A district opener. Mustangs 10-4-1 on the season. Jaguars 3-6-1, and Schuler misses high and outside with a fastball. It's 2-2. The wind is really picking up, gusting hard here. The players look to be comfortable, but lots of jackets and hoodies and sweaters in the crowd here. 2-2 deliveries low, and Jaguar runner takes second base without a throw. So full count, Runners at second and third, critical moment in this ball game. Mustangs lead 7-3, but Jaguars battling back. And now a swing and a miss on a changeup, and Schuler gets the Mustangs out of the inning, but not before the Jaguars post 3 runs. It's 7-3 Mustangs. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back, everybody. 7-3 Mustangs as we head to the bottom of the fourth. FridayNightGlory.com bringing you some quality 8-6A baseball tonight. And Jed Arrington will lead it off for the Mustangs here, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. I'm sorry, this is Gavin Gold, not Jed Arrington. And now Gold takes low and in and evens the count at 1. And the 1-1 pitch to Gold is offered at and missed, 1-2. So the Mustangs looked like they were on easy street there for a little bit, but the Jaguars responded with 3 runs and really threatened for more, but the Mustangs did a nice job of battling their way through adversity. Count is now 2-2 to Gold. 2-2 delivery misses way outside, and the count is full. Unofficially 92 pitches by Daniel Flores, and now a chopper out to second. Throws over to first, and Gold is retired for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. Try to get you caught up momentarily on other 8-6A action. Skyline was off to a surprising start, leading 4-0 over Lake Highlands. Duncanville 10-run to Berkner to get their 8-6A campaign kicked off in style. 10-0 the final there. And now a sharp line drive up the middle off the bat of Wyatt Erickson. And that is back-to-back sharp hits for Erickson, who is now 2 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Erickson's senior leadership going to be big this year for the Mustangs. Again, injury-plagued junior year, and he is making the most of it. And now Kessler is hit with a fastball in the left arm, and he makes his way straight over to the dugout. Not a good sign. Hopefully nothing broken there. Kessler did not hesitate. He went straight to the dugout. And I'm sure that they will take a look. Tara Grubbs, the Mustang trainer, is out of the stands and making her way over to the Mustang dugout to have a look at Ben. Hopefully he's okay, but that did look painful. So that'll move Erickson over to second. And it looks as though Coach Rumfield will call on senior John Mark Spence to run for Kessler. And now Spence takes his helmet off and starts to walk over toward the dugout. It looks like Kessler may shake this thing off, and he will. Well, that most certainly stung. Kessler, certainly no theatrics, but you know when someone gets hit, when it hurts, and man, that one hurt. Kessler will make the walk across the diamond to first base and holding that arm straight down his left side and still feeling it. So the rule is that Kessler had to go down and touch first base on his own before he could be replaced by a pinch runner. So now the senior John Mark Spence will come to run for Kessler. And Kessler will make his way back to the dugout. And clearly irritated and stung by that one, but he will certainly fight through it. So one out, runners on first and second, and that will bring up the senior Nicholas Burlbaugh. Burlbaugh had really two nice at-bats so far tonight. He flew out to right center to end the first inning and had a nice battling at-bat where he eventually drew a walk in the third inning, which helped lead to that 7-run inning. And now Coach Rumfield is out visiting with both umpires, no doubt about the mechanics of what just happened with Kessler being hit and going to the dugout and having to come back out and going to touch the base before Spence could relieve him of his base running duties. And now the umpires are visiting with Henry Smith to let him know what exactly happened there. So we'll keep it right here. The pitcher, Flores, is playing catch with the third baseman to stay warm, and Henry Smith is getting his explanation from the umpires. Doesn't exactly appear to be thrilled with it. Back to the first base dugout. We'll resume play here with runners on first and second. One out and the senior Nicholas Burlbaugh at the plate. Mustangs being out hit 8-6 tonight, but stringing together 4 more runs than Molina. Now a big swing and a miss from Burlbaugh. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is a slow curveball that stays high. 1-1. Lake Highlands has closed the gap on Skyline. It is now 4-3 Skyline in the 5th inning. What an upset that would be if the Raiders pulled that one off. And now Burlbaugh fouls one off the back net. So 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored for the stringy senior, the gritty Nicholas Burlbaugh. Offered at and chopped foul back behind the plate. Slow moving game here on the campus of J.J. Pearce. Started out a pitching and defensive game, but quickly turned in the bottom of the third, and we've had lots of offense. And now Burlbaugh watches a curveball catch the inside corner for strike 3. And that'll bring up junior catcher Bo Rogers. Bo Rogers 2 for 2 with a run scored on the night. Mustang contingent hoping that he'll stay hot here. He looks at a curveball right down the pipe for strike 1. A 1 pitch fouled back to the net. Jaguars had a relief pitcher out warming up in the bullpen last inning, but no action down there now. It is still Flores here in the bottom of the 4th, and he offers a sharp ground ball up the middle, under the glove of the shortstop, and Erickson trips coming around third, gets up and still makes it home. So an RBI single up the middle for Bo Rogers, who is now 3 for 3. And the Mustangs get one of the 3 runs that they gave back in the top of the 4th. So it is now 8-3 Mustangs. But Erickson came tearing around third there, lost his footing, but hopped up quickly and was still able to get home with the Mustangs' 8th run. And now Bo Rogers will give way to Jordan Rosenblum. Rosenblum's a senior. He'll get his first action of the night. So 2 outs, runners on first and second, and the sophomore Burke Wahlberg comes to the plate. Drew a walk and scored in his last plate appearance as part of that big 7-run 4th. He'll bat here with 2 aboard, and the curveball stays outside at 1-0. Now Henry Smith makes another very slow walk out of the dugout toward the home plate umpire. Coach Rumfield walks out to talk to the field umpire as well. So not quite sure what's going on, but both coaches out of the dugout and getting explanations from their respective umpires. Henry Smith retreats to the Jaguar dugout, and now Coach Rumfield backstepping into the third base coaching box and Play resumes. 1-0 count, 2 aboard, and a fastball misses outside. It's back to the backstop, and both runners advance. So now runners at second and third for Wahlberg. And the 2-0 pitch is inside, 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch is inside and back to the backstop, but the Mustang runners cannot advance, but the bases are now loaded as Wahlberg is aboard for the second time tonight. And I do believe that Mr. Flores has met his pitch count, and he is going to be relieved by number 15. I don't have a roster for Molina, but I'm sure Woody Berry might have one, and he will announce who the new pitcher is for the Jaguars. But we'll take a brief break. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back to Mustang Ballpark. The new Jaguar pitcher has taken his warm-up pitches. The bases are loaded for sophomore Jet Arrington, and he watches a ball outside. One 1-0. The 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner, 1-1. Molina infield is back. The first baseman and third baseman both well beyond the bag, and middle infielders are straight away and at their normal depth. And now a high pop foul runs the count to 1-2. So a scoreless game until the bottom of the third. Mustangs post a crooked number with 7 runs. Jaguars respond with 3 in the top of the fourth. Now the Mustangs battle back for 1 and are threatening for more here. They lead it 8-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. And now John Mark Spence is picked off at third. He's in a hot box. It's not over yet. And he is under the tag and safely back in at third. So John Mark Spence got caught off guard there, got in a pickle, no pun intended, but he made it back with a poor throw from the Molina Jaguars, and the outstretched tag missed Spence by a matter of inches, and so no harm done. 1 ball, 2 strikes. For Arrington. And the 1-2 pitch is flown to left field, and that ball is down in front of the left fielder. And it'll be a bases clearing double for Jet Arrington. Three RBIs. So the Mustangs, with a clutch 2-bagger from sophomore Jet Arrington, say, anything you can do, I can do better. They come back with... maybe I did get that wrong. It was a 2-run double. I thought it was a bases clearing double. My apologies. 10-3 Mustangs at any rate. And a huge hit by the sophomore. But the home plate umpire said it caught a piece of the outside corner, and so I'm not quite sure what the count of the scoreboard says. 1 ball, no strikes. I'm virtually certain that the umpire just called that a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now, he says, to Preston Van Zandt. And now they do post the 11th run. I was correct. It was a bases clearing double by Arrington. Now the ball skips away from Martinez, and Arrington is in at third without a slide. So 11-3 Mustangs. I was looking at my scorebook, scratching my head, trying to figure that out, how I had an extra run scored, and it turns out the old hog, the blind hog, stumbled into an acorn, and I was correct. So it is 11-3 Mustangs here in the bottom of the 4th. Boy, it went from bagels to crooked numbers in a hurry in this ball game, and Mustangs back in firm control. And now Van Zandt draws another walk, adding to his season total. That will be 8 now for Preston Van Zandt on the season. And that'll bring up sophomore Hunter Greenwell. Runners at the corners. 11-3. Not quite sure what the 10-run rule is. I know there is a 10-run rule. I know if Greenwell were to hit one into the gap in left or right center, that the Mustangs would certainly be up by 10 runs, but I think the home team or the losing team has to be retired in the 5th inning for that to be effective. And now Greenwell pulls a bunt attempt back and takes a strike. 11-3 Mustangs. Ball just fouled on the first baseline. So an 0-2 count now to Greenwell. Now we have an updated score of 5, Lake Highlands 3 in the top of the 6th. So the Raiders continuing to offer the upset bid, first upset of district play. Certainly most expected Lake Highlands to win that one. Mustangs will not see either of those teams till late in the district schedule. 0-2 pitch to Greenwell is up. 1-2. Zant with a slight lead at first, and now he's off and running. The pitch is high, and catcher throws straight back to the pitcher and will give up second base. Zant with a good jump there, and the Jaguars wanting to keep Wellington at third did not offer to second base. So second and third. Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1. And Greenwell fouls one back to the net. And the 2-2 pitch. Slow curveball swung on and missed by Greenwell. So that'll retire the Mustangs here, but not before they add another 4 runs and retake a commanding 8-run lead. 11-3 Mustangs after 4. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Ballpark. Head to the 5th inning at a windy Mustang Ballpark. It'll be the catcher Emilio Martinez leading it off. And it is a foul ball down the right field line. Well, it is also my first webcast of the season, and that might explain why I have been referring to Joris Schuler as a sophomore the entire game when he is actually a junior. And thank you to Michelle Wahlberg for that assist, as the Mustang contingent has a good laugh at the expense of John Brewer. 0-1 pitch, And a sharp grounder up the middle, takes a high hop, but Erickson brings it in, throws it across the Burlbaugh, and the first out of the inning is in the books. That was a nice play by Erickson. A routine-looking ground ball, but it skipped on the last hop and crawled up Erickson's body, made a quick adjustment with the glove, and made the play look easy. That's what you're looking for out of your shortstop, and Erickson delivers here in the ever-important first out of an inning. I'm sure Joris Schuler is appreciative of that. He misses outside with a ball to third baseman Fabian Lopez. Now fastball is laced into the Jaguar dugout. No harm done though. 1-1. So these two teams will do it again on Friday. That game will be at 5 o'clock. Played in the daylight on Friday. Then the Mustangs will face the rival Richardson Eagles next week. And the week after that, they'll take on the Bergner Rams. And Schuler deals inside. It's chopped foul. 1-2. So as I mentioned earlier, Duncanville beat Bergner 10-0 to start out their district schedule in grand fashion. The Eagles upset W.T. White 5-2. Now Schuler misses with a fastball outside. 2-2. Keeping a close eye on the Skyline Lake Highlands game. Wouldn't necessarily call it an earth-shattering upset if it happens, but certainly an upset. Fastball grounded to third, takes a tough hop on Gavin Gold, gets through him into left. Boy, that's a tough chance for Gold. Getting some funky hops tonight for the left side of that Mustang infield, and that's a tough one. I don't believe Gold touched it, and it was a tough hop, but it did go through the wickets, I believe, so tough call for the scorekeeper, but nonetheless a base runner for Molina, and that brings up the right fielder Joseph Ayala. Wahlberg shaded just slightly to the right field side in center. Middle infielder's back, and the corner's up on the grass. Now a ball gets away from Bo Rogers, and it was a low delivery from Schuler, and he pats himself as if to say, my bad. So score at a wild pitch, and the runner will advance. 1-1 to Ayala. One out, one on as we play here in the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss. Try to get you a pitch count on Schuler. Boy, he had a long wait while the Mustangs' bats were singing in the bottom of the third. Struggled in the top of the fourth, but boy, he's been resilient. And now a slow curveball. One hopped out to Vincent, who comes up with it cleanly, throws the Burlbaugh. And the second out of the inning is in the books. Runner advances to third, but now two down. Boy, Vincent has played a steady second base. And now my helper, Brad Livingstone, tells me 75 pitches from Schuler so far tonight. Pretty soon he'll go get my fifth inning cup of coffee. Curveball misses to the center fielder Elijah Bonner. 1-0. Pitch is fouled back. 1-1. Hopefully we'll get another update from one of the Mustang parents on the Skyline Lake Highlands game. Last reports had that one 5-3 Skyline in the top of the 6th. And now Schuler misses 2-1. Gritty performance by the junior. And now the 2-1 offering misses outside, 2-2. Just has a different feel out here tonight with the Mustang student section scattered throughout the U.S. on spring break. And a chopper out to Erickson. Throws across, nice throw, and that'll do it for the Jaguars here in the top of the 5th. No runs on one hit. Score remains 11-3 Mustangs. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Ballpark, 11-3 Mustangs as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Gavin Gold 0 for 3 tonight, but reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. And he comes up to the plate here to lead it off for the Mustangs in the bottom of the 5th. Takes a fastball high, 1-0. Pitch is high and outside. We are told that the right-handed pitcher for Molina is Jose Levito. He came in last inning to relieve Daniel Flores, who battled hard but gave up several runs to the Mustang offense. Drops a strike in there, 2-1, and the 2-1 delivery is a slow curveball that stays high, 3-1 to Gold. And the 3-1 pitch is flown down the right field line, dropping fast. And it's in there. It's off the glove of the right fielder, Joseph Ayala in gold is in at second. Let's see if they score that one an error or a double. Woody Berry says it's a double for Gavin Gold. And good for Gavin. And now his fielding mate on the left side of the infield for the Mustangs, Wyatt Erickson, comes to the plate. Man, you talk about solid senior leadership for this year's squad. Those are two guys who, returning starters who've been through a lot of battles, and now Erickson fouls off Levito's first delivery. 0-1. Erickson 3 for 3 tonight, 2 runs scored. I apologize, 2 for 2 with a walk. He had a walk in the first inning and then 2 sharp hits, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and he bats again here in the fifth with Gavin Gold on second base. Home run and we're out of here. Go Wyatt. And a very generous strike call by the home plate umpire runs the count to 0-2. It certainly appeared to be outside. Now a curveball stays up and it's 1-2 to Erickson. Mustangs have finally surpassed the Jaguars in the hit column. 11 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Mustangs, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error by the visiting Jaguars. And a 1-2 count misses down, and now a shocking development in the sports world as the San Antonio Spurs have defeated the Dallas Mavericks tonight, 112 to 105. Who saw that coming? 2-2 the count, runner on second. And now a high fly ball to shallow center. Bonner comes on and makes the catch. 1 down. So the Jaguars finally figure out Wyatt Erickson tonight. He is retired for the first time, and that'll bring up number 17, Zach Brickert. You'll remember that Ben Kessler was plunked in the left elbow with a fastball his last time up, and hopefully Big Ben is okay, but a nice opportunity for Zach Brickert here. A pinch hitting role. Actually, I'll bet he was already out there in the outfield and I didn't notice it. But anyway, he takes a strike. So 0-1 to Brickert. 1 out, 1 on. And Brickert squares the bunt and then pulls the bat back. And it's a ball. So 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is called a strike. Boy, it sure appeared to be outside, but 1-2 the count to Brickert. Senior first baseman Nicholas Burlbaugh in the on-deck circle, taking some cuts. And the 1-2 pitch is low and away, 2-2. I do believe that 2 Mustang runs in this inning would lead to a 10-run ruling and 10-run victory for the Mustangs if they can get 2 across the dish. And now Levito is way high with a off-speed pitch, and it's off the glove of Martinez, and that allows Gavin Gold to advance to third. So run number 12 just 90 feet away here. And a full count to Zach Brickert. And Levito works out of the stretch, and the payoff pitch is outside, and Brickert has drawn a walk. So now runners at the corners with 1 out. And that'll bring up Nicholas Burlbaugh. Burlbaugh 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. One of those outs, a well-struck ball to right center. A Burlbaugh double here could send everybody home. And now Levito is off, a line drive down first base, off the first baseman's glove for a base hit, and that'll bring home Gavin Gold. So a sharply hit ball by Nicholas Burlbaugh. Runners at the corners once again, still just 1 out, and the game-winning run just 90 feet away. And junior catcher Bo Rogers coming up to the plate here with a chance to end this one. Unless I am misinterpreting the rule. So 1 out, runners at the corners, 12-3 Mustangs now. And Levito is true with a fastball to Rogers, 0-1. Bo Rogers does hit for power. He is capable of hitting a laser shot. And now a fastball inside, and Burlbaugh is running on the pitch, and catcher elects to throw down to third, but Zach Brickert is back in, so the force is removed. Now runners at second and third. First base is open. It's a 1-1 count to Rogers. The Mustangs on the brink of their first district victory. 1-1 offering. Hits Bo Rogers in the back. And that will load the bases. So that'll bring up sophomore Burke Wahlberg with a chance to deliver a victory to the Mustangs. Jordan Rosenblum will come in to run for Bo Rogers once again. Fastball swung on and missed by Wahlberg, 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 out, 12-3 Mustangs, and Levito's offering is fouled off. 0-2. And the 0-2 delivery to Wahlberg is a slow curveball that stays outside. 1-2. And now Levito throws over to first. Not real sure why they would need to hold the runner at first in this scenario, but perhaps Levito just uncomfortable and throwing over nonetheless. 1-2 pitch to Wahlberg is a slow curve. Again, stays outside. 2-2. Levito's 2-2 offering right down the middle and grounded through the right side. Wahlberg with a single, and that should do it as Zach Brickert crosses home plate for the Mustangs, and that is the ball game. So the Mustangs start the 8-6A slate in fine fashion with a 13-3 victory over the Jaguars from Dallas Molina. That'll run the overall record of the Mustangs to 11-4-1 and, of course, 1-0 in district. We appreciate you joining us here on Friday Night Glory tonight. We hope you'll join us on Friday at 5 o'clock from Oak Cliff as the Mustangs try to sweep the Jaguars. Final score 13-3. Brock Brumfield is victorious in his first district game as head coach. John Brewer, Mason Trevino, and Randy Edwards signing off for Friday Night Glory. Good night, everybody.